What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So I want to talk a little bit about this is kind of like a second part to my video that I did about being Hebrew and Kyrie Irving and everything, and mainly this is me calling out the hypocrisy of the so-called Jewish community. Okay, and what I mean by that is the last time I checked, a man in this country had freedom of religion. A man in this country had the freedom to say and believe what they want to believe. So if a black man has a belief system that says, I am the original man, I am the people that is talked about in the Bible, and I want to live my life by that and live by those codes, who in the hell are you to tell me I am wrong and I cannot do that? You have no right to do so. If I decide that I'm going to live my faith of me and my people being the people that God made that promise to, and I am those people in the Bible, how can you come out there and then say that I am wrong, or I cannot believe that, or that I need to apologize to you? And it's really hypocritical, since you've been doing that for God knows how long now. You've been living by that code and by that mantra. If people can't be offended by you saying that you're God's chosen people, then why do I have to apologize or bow down to you? It's like what are you saying? Are you saying you got there first? For one thing, you didn't. You aren't the first people to say that. There have been people since the dawn of time who said they were God's chosen people. Even the Egyptians that you lived as slaves under, so-called, I'm putting that in quotes, this is what you claim. Even the Egyptians said that they were God's chosen people. That's where you got it from. A lot of that, the old school Hebrew religion, a lot of their original things they talk about, especially the stuff that happens in Exodus, a lot of that comes from ancient Egypt. A lot of that rhetoric and that they say the same exact things. They had the same type of laws and everything. The whole covenant with God. A lot of that comes from ancient Egyptian culture. That's why it's so very similar. And you can see a lot of the gods and the symbolism that they both use is almost damn near the same. And that mainly becomes just because that's what that area was all based off of. Okay, and it even extends over into like Babylon and everywhere else. That's why a lot of those cultures are very similar. They're ancient cultures, I should say. But at the end of the day, in this day and time, a man has the right to believe what they want to believe, as long as they're not hurting somebody else. And me as a black man believing that I am God's chosen people is not hurting you, unless you feel it's hurting your deception. Now, see, a person would be offended by that is if they're trying to pull a con job, or if they're trying to trick everybody else to believe in what they want them to believe, and black people are messing it up by not going along with it. They're messing up your hustle. Now that I can see that being frustrating for you, but if it's a genuine religion that you have and that someone else has, I don't see how that could offend you. I don't see how that could bother you. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't care that, because this is the excuse I've been hearing based on this whole situation, that the reason Jews don't like to hear that is because Hitler said the same thing. Hitler said that black people in America were God's chosen people. So that's why that offends them. So they think it's all tied into anti-Semitism. They even tried to put that on Kyrie Irving, and on that movie that he posted, even though no anti-Semitism is in the movie, they tried to say that, well, this movie was advocating for the Holocaust or denying the Holocaust or whatever. They switch, they go back and forth. I've seen online where they go back and forth. First they said it's denying the Holocaust, then it says it enabled and it advocates for the Holocaust, which is not. That's why you know it's nonsense. Okay, they're hyper vigilant and overly emotional about things that have nothing to do with them. So if a black man decides that that's what they believe, you cannot come in and then try to change their mind or browbeat them or lynch them or take away their money to get them to believe what you want to believe. And one of the most infuriating things I've seen based on this whole situation is how they've said that the only way that Kyrie can go back to playing basketball is if he meets with these Jewish leaders and basically has them re-educate him. I've mentioned before they did that same thing to Nick Cannon and some other black men. You're not going to re-educate me. That sounds like something out of Stalinist Russia. Or that sounds like something out of 1984. They're going to take you somewhere and brainwash you and beat you into submission and then release you back out into the public and you acknowledge that they are the original people. I'm not going for that. And I'm glad I'm not in Kyrie Irving's position because I would go completely crazy if they tried doing something like that to me where they said I got to go talk to them or I got to go meet with them somewhere. The hell I am. If I go there, you're going to listen to some Dr. Khalid Muhammad videos while I'm there. If you do that, I'll come there and listen to what you got to say. Come meet with me and Minister Farrakhan, and I'll come and meet with you. If you're not going to do that, then no, I'm not talking with you then. You see what I'm saying? Black people need to operate more like that from more of a power position rather than just bowing down to these people, because who are they to talk to us? No matter what your religion is, you still come from you come from black people. Black people are the original people of this planet. Okay, you get so much from us, and let's be honest. You over the last few years here in America, you blood sucked off of us. Yeah, I said that. Whether it be through through entertainment, you always put black people out there with black music and everything like that. But you made money off of it with your record companies. You came through during the civil rights movement, put black people on the front lines, let black people get killed and get water hoses turned on them, and you sat in the background, reaping the benefits from that. That's why you turned it into the civil rights movement. That's why it was never a black rights movement. You see what I'm saying? And that's why there's so much nonsense within that movement. Why it's always talking about homosexuality and feminism and all this other BS. That's why the civil rights movement never actually worked for black people. Mainly because you're one of the people that came in there and took away from what it should have been. But we're supposed to bow down to you. We're supposed to lay down and let you walk on our backs. We're supposed to let you and allow you to brainwash us and turn our minds around? No. If a black man or a black woman decides that they want to change their mind about what religion is and what they believe and wants to free themselves from what the society has put upon them, I'm all for it. And I'm not going to denigrate them, nor am I going to allow you to twist their minds and try to turn it around back into a slave. Because that's basically what they want to do to Kyrie Irving. They want to say, Negro, we got you in the NBA to play basketball, dunk a basketball, run around, and be a good jumping, dancing Negro slave. You know, you don't. You need to take some drugs, take this money, get some white women, and go chill out somewhere. Don't be talking about things like this. This is not for you. See, they don't want you to think as a man. They don't want you to think for yourself, or even as a person just having some sense of self-discovery, wanting to go out there and figure out some things on your own and look at some different points of view. They don't even want you doing that. That's a threat to them because it doesn't fit with the status quo. It doesn't fit with the status of them making the money and them being the quote-unquote thinkers and you just being a slave running around dunking a basketball. You're just the body, they're the mind. Like that movie Get Out. They're the ones in control. You're just a backseat passenger in the sunken place. That's what they want for you. But that's not how everyone reacts. That's not how everyone thinks. And once again, we have the right in this country to think and believe what we want to believe, and you do not have the right to try to change that or browbeat us or torture us back into some other type of thinking. If you don't like being oppressed, if you don't like the way people, Anglo whites, have treated you and tried to twist your minds, don't do the same thing to us. These people, they get off acting like the people that oppressed them for so long. They get off on that. You see what I'm saying? And they don't like hearing that. They get offended by that, but that's how a lot of them act. So, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. I very much like to hear your opinions. And this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.